snot rocket.
You never called me a snot rocket.
I thought it.
I can't believe my last words are snot rocket!
Ben!
He failed! I have dreamed for millennia of this moment. An entire universe in my image. What is happening? You are supposed to be observers. You are not supposed to involve yourself in any events that transpires. What are
Now,
you
you may be
doing?
wondering, factual, why are we calculating this right now? I mean, obviously, it's massively faster than Light Plus, due to the fact that our real-life Big Bang is massively faster than Light Plus, in order to travel in the universe and create existence. Now, that is true. That is actually the very, lowball way to put it, absolutely low. If you're not taking any cosmology or anything into account, then yes, that is true. However, you can get this higher. Now, just a heads up, I will be avoiding using author statements, only if I really have to. But it's just that I prefer, in most of my videos, to only use author statements as confirmation. If I don't need it, then I won't really use it. But okay, in the War of the Worlds Part 2 novelization, on the very first page, the space of Ben 10 is referred to as a vast, beautiful cosmos filled in every direction with infinite star systems. Now, what does this mean exactly? Now, it would just mean that the universe itself is infinite due to the fact that it would imply such, because a star system requires a physical space to exist separately from one another. Even if the stars were packed extremely dense, and a finite universe could only hold a finite number of distinct systems before running out of volume, matter, or positions in space. An infinite number of star systems therefore would suggest that space itself extends without limit, allowing endless more regions where galaxies, stars, and planets can form. Now again, there are tons of author statements that confirm where the universe is infinite, but are trying to avoid those. Now, what this would mean inherently is that the Omnitrix, the Big Bang, was creating an infinite space, which would mean, in conclusion, that the Omnitrix would have infinite speed, due to the fact that the definition of infinite speed is being able to, not really fill, but travel an infinite distance in a finite number of time, which is exactly what the Big Bang was doing. It was filling a finite amount of space, an infinite amount of space in a finite number of time. But that's not all. We can actually get this even higher into immeasurable speed due to the canon comic, and yes, it is canon, and I will leave a link in the comments to the Reddit post that I made that explained why every commercial, game, and such, and comic and such from Ben 10 is objectively canon to the multiverse. But this would be more like a direct canon to the multiverse prime, the universe prime. Now, in Parallel Paradox, it is stated that the Annihilator actually destroyed time. And it is also stated in New Dawn, not really stated, but more heavily implied and basically almost outright stated, that it can create time as well.
We are about to create a universe. The countdown has already begun.
Ben, in the stories I have heard since childhood, the Contumelia go from universe to universe, destroying them, not creating them. I suspect that if a universe already exists in this dimension, the Annihilarg will destroy it. But if there isn't one, the Annihilarg will create it.
That your attacks are fruitless.
Your powers are time-based, correct? Too bad that time has not begun yet.
And since time didn't begin before the Big Bang, and afterwards Paradox was only able to retrieve Ben and Rook when after the Big Bang went off, this would mean that the Big Bang, or well, the Annihilor, creates linear time true for the whole universe and well, cosmology itself, I guess. And this would all line up with immeasurable speed. Now, immeasurable speed is a speed that is beyond linear time, and this would fit the bill for that. In all, you can actually take this further into irrelevant speed. Now, this one's a bit complicated because I do have a post on Reddit that explains why the entire cosmology is conceptual, like without author statements. But however, I will use our author statement for now in place of that to confirm that all of Ben 10 is conceptual, and I will leave in a link in the description, in the comments, that with the same link for everything being canon, for the scale for the Ben 10 universe being conceptual. Now, the reason why this is irrelevant speed is because, as irrelevant speed suggests, it is a speed that is ultimately beyond all concepts and all the concept of space and time, distance and dimensionality, which is exactly what the Annihilor would be creating, because it creates the entire universe and the universe prime, which is, well, as explained in And Then There Was Ben and Then There Were None, is basically the catalyst for the entire multiverse. Ben getting the Omnitrix in the universe prime is the trunk of the tree that creates the entire multiverse.
Questions, you're going to need to brush up on quantum mechanics and string theory. There are many dimensions, many universes, many Earths, and thus many Ben Tennysons across those dimensions. Dimensions which are not always in sync in time.
Is that all? Oh, I totally get what's going on now.
Think of time and space as this tree. Down here is when you were 10 years old. Right here is now. Up here is when you'll be 30 years old. The trunk is the main timeline. These branches represent alternate timelines, where reality literally branches off and becomes a different timeline, each containing its own Ben Tennyson. We are now near the beginning of the Ben Prime timeline, the trunk of the Ben Tennyson tree from which all other Ben realities diverge. You must reboot this time stream.
And the reboot button is around here?
The trans-dimensional hierarchy has been rewritten.
So, in conclusion, it would be objectively irrelevant speed, since the Annihilor creates concepts and the trunk of the tree for the trans-dimensional hierarchy. And that is it for today, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and see you next time. Peace.